2012 International Climate Change Agreement, an agreement that is fair, effective, and comprehensive. En route vers Cancun, nous avons pu constater des signes de progrès en matière d'adaptation, d'atténuation, de transfert de technologie, de financement et de réduction des émissions provenant de la déforestation. Nous sommes ici pour poursuivre cette lancée. Going into Cancun, there are signs of progress on adaptation, mitigation, technology transfer, financing, and importantly, reducing emissions from deforestation. We are here to build on that momentum. The Copenhagen Accord was a breakthrough in the international climate change dialogue, laying the foundation for a post-2012 international climate change agreement that includes commitments from all major emitters. Countries that have signed on to the accord are responsible for some 85% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Success in the fight against global warming will only come with everyone aboard, everyone with an oar in the water, and everyone rowing together. In addition, the accord provided for significant international financing, including a collective commitment by developed countries to provide new and additional resources approaching some $30 billion to developing countries during the 2010 to 2012 period, with an adaptation funding focused on the most vulnerable, especially the least developed economies, to small island states, and to Africa. L'apport du Canada ciblera des initiatives réalisées dans 3 domaines prioritaires: l'adoption par les pays les plus pauvres et les plus vulnérables, le développement et le déploiement de l'énergie propre, la réduction des émissions provenant de la déforestation. Canada's support will go to initiatives in 3 priority areas: adaptation by the poorest and most vulnerable countries, clean energy development and deployment, and reducing emissions from deforestation. Canada is prepared and committed to do its fair share with fast-track financing, and we kept our promise. We are contributing $400 million this fiscal year in new and additional funding to support developing countries' efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and to adapt to the changing needs of the climate. We are providing $5 million to support for climate change adaptation initiatives in Haiti, $3 million for Vietnam's National Target Program on climate change, and adding $7 million for the World Food Program for adaptation and food security in Ethiopia, bringing that contribution to $15 million for 2010-2011. We have also contributed $20 million to the Least Developed Countries Fund that addresses the special needs of the 48 least developed countries that are especially vulnerable to the adverse impacts of climate change. Domestically, we're working in collaboration with the provinces and territories towards the target we inscribed in the Copenhagen Accord to reduce emissions by an absolute 17% below 2005 levels. This is aligned with the United States, a country with which Canada has inextricable economic ties. Together with the U.S., our largest trading partner and with whom we share the world's largest border, we are working to reduce emissions in the transportation sector, a significant source of greenhouse gas emissions in both of our countries. This year, Canada finalized standards for regulating emissions from passenger vehicles and light trucks that are aligned with those in the U.S. We are also working towards doing the same for heavy-duty vehicles. Toutefois, lorsque les intérêts canadiens et américains différents nous hésiteront pas à adopter une orientation stratégique indépendante, tout comme nous l'avons fait dans le cas de l'électricité. However, where Canadian-American interests differ, we will not hesitate to pursue an independent policy direction, just as we've done with the case of electricity. We are striking out on our own as we work to regulate coal-fired electricity generation, which will lead to significant reductions in greenhouse gas emissions. Furthermore, we continue our discussions with the United States to highlight the real importance of large hydroelectric power as an important renewable energy source and contributor to reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Non-emission electricity generation is bountiful in Quebec, Newfoundland, Ontario, and Manitoba, and it is an important part of the solution in North America. Nos provinces et territoires démontrent le vrai leadership et contribuera beaucoup avec la réduction de gaz à effet de serre. Par exemple, le Québec a fait sa part avec l'énergie verte. To conclude, I'd like to thank our Mexican counterparts for hosting